Welcome back to BroBryceGardens. Once again, I'm here with James Barnum, our guest for the last few weeks. And today we're going to talk about above ground strawberry beds. And so you were talking to me just a little bit about the different kinds of strawberries that you might grow in these kind of beds. What would you have to say about that?
Yeah, I would just encourage you to take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Yeah, me too. So, you know, this is about the most ghetto gardening channel that you could possibly tune into, but I think that's probably why some of you watch for some reason.
But I think there's two main types of strawberries that you can get. An ever-bearing strawberry and more of a seasonal strawberry that has its time of berries in the particular time of the season, and then they're done.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like the ever-bearing ones because they just keep berrying all year or all season, as opposed to the ones that are more specific to, you know, maybe mid or late summer. But I think I like having a variety. Like if it was ideal, I'd have some early strawberries, some middle, and then some late strawberries. So I would have blended it together like that. So I'd always have strawberries. That'd be awesome.
And these, did you have to plant these this year?
I did no planting, except I just put some of these in this pot here from a different area, so that's why they don't look so good. But all the rest of them were already here. They just stayed over winter, and they look like they're doing pretty well.
And of course, some of them go to seed, so you get some new plants as some of the strawberries drop. I know that over my parents' house, they have strawberries that grow in the same little flower bed every year. They never have to plant them. They just have to make sure that the dogs don't eat all the berries before they get to them. And of course, with an above ground thing like this, with little dogs like we have, that wouldn't be too much of an issue.
So what strawberries will do is they will throw out little runners. Let's find one.
Yeah, you can see it right here. Right here.
So these are little runners, yeah. Here's a dead one.
And they'll root wherever they go, right?
Yeah,
and
it just didn't make it down around the side, so it ended up dying. But they'll throw these out, and you know, I think it's kind of like grapes. I think you're supposed to trim those away so that more of the energy goes to the plant.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I did hear that you know, every certain amount of years or so, you are supposed to put some new strawberry plants in. I don't know if that was just a business ploy to get us to come back and buy more strawberry plants from them, or if it was a true tip or not. So, not sure about that.
So the most you really have to do with something like this is some minimum weed control, right? And that's part of the purpose of doing the above ground beds, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you usually manage that yourself?
Weeding out of a raised bed is actually a pleasure.
Yeah?
Let me demonstrate.
All right.
First of all, this hasn't been weeded, you know, for the year.
And what do we have? What do we have in here?
These are just some extra carrots that I had put in. These were just ones that were thinning out. You know, I was thinning them out, so I decided I'd put them in the dirt.
Right.
But it's has hardly any weeds in it now. It's, you know, we've got a physical barrier to the weeds. We've got a soil that's not like, you don't walk on it, so it's not all compacted, and you know, the weeds that you pick out of here, you can just easily tease them out because the soil is so loose. You know, you can dig with your hand in it, and you could even plant. You know, you really can just get down in there. It's just so light and fluffy. It's like chocolate cake.
Yeah.
So weeding is actually, my wife doesn't mind weeding.
It's got to be easy. A lot easier having it not be at ground level because the seeds don't blow right into it like they do just straight across your lawn, right?
Yeah, it's a physical barrier to weed seeds, and when there is a weed in there, it's so light and fluffy, you can just pull it out real easy. You don't have to dig with a shovel.
Yeah, it's not all packed in like it is in a yard.
You can get the roots, you know?
Right.
It feels good to get all the root out.
Yeah. Well,
here's one of our little friends.
Oh, you got a little night crawler in there?
A little night crawler. Look at that.
Nice.
Didn't like me digging him up.
Yeah.
Little
They're
buddies.
good for the garden. Definitely good for the garden. Hey, if you guys have any comments having to do with the weeding of raised beds, or with different kinds of strawberries. I know we talked about the ever-bearing and the seasonal. And if you guys have some more speculation even, or even specific science, I don't know. We tend to like kind of, lean toward speculative, but I would have to say that, this channel could use, I don't know, some speculation that maybe is based on foundational science. And if you have some of that, like if you're a botanist or, if you're a veteran gardener, your information is more than welcome here. If you want to post a video response to this with your comments, or even leave comments down in the text area below, it's always appreciated. Any input that you have, or if you have something that you'd like to hear about in the future, especially this being really the second season of the BroBryceGardens channel, appreciate your input, and we'll see you next week.